F double R, F double R, F double R, F double R. Gotta bring that energy.
Gotta bring that energy. What's going on, FRR Films? If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back to FRR Friend Request Reviews, where friend request friends to watch 2007's Eastern Promises. Yes, this is another movie request coming from Z's 101. I gotta say, man, I love his choices so far. He's been giving us some pretty good ones, and I'm pretty sure this one's gonna follow up with the last one we had, because I'm pretty sure the person I seen in the thumbnail was Buddy from A History of Violence. So that is surprising. We getting back to back Aragorn. That's what his name is in Lord of the Rings. Aragorn.
I'm not gonna help you, bro. If you don't know,
I'm not the Lord of the Rings. I'm not the
help
Lord
you.
of the Rings, like,
It
you
don't
know,
matter.
like
It don't matter.
Lord, like, you know what I'm
It don't
saying?
matter.
Like you like a Lord. I'm
It
like a
don't matter.
novice. Like,
That's
you know
like
what I'm
not
saying?
knowing who Jesus is,
Like-
bro. We good here. we could move on. Like, we good here. I'm not helping you with any LOTR characters, bro. It's disrespectful.
Nah, how is that disrespectful if I'm not a fan like that? You know what I'm saying? I've only seen him once. Like, at least I've seen him. Nah. Alright, it's cool though. Listen, man, I'm excited. I'm excited because, you know, we getting back to back broskies. That's what I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them broskies. All right. I'm gonna call them broskies. But yeah, I'm excited for this one, Z's, man. You, like I said, your batting average is pretty solid. So hopefully this one is up there. How about you, Formo, man? How you feel going into this movie request today?
I feel great, man. I enjoy this happy little coincidence because Z's, he dropped a movie on us that unfortunately I already saw. Brolic didn't. So usually we just like, if you want us to move forward, we will. If not, give us something new that we both haven't seen. And he was like, here, do Eastern Promises. And then like 30 minutes after that, we dropped The History of Violence. So that was just an interesting coincidence because not only, you're right, Aragorn is for sure in this one, it's also the same director too, Cronenberg.
Okay.
Yeah, same director, same actor.
Ooh, maybe the
Only
same
2 years
violence?
apart, exactly, right? Only 2 years apart, maybe the same vibe.
Okay.
So that's where my excitement's coming from. So yeah, I'm ready. Shout out to Z's, man.
All right, man, listen, y'all. We're not going to hold you here any longer. We're just going to dive right into this movie request. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and also don't forget to subscribe, okay? The goal is 100K. Only way we're going to get there, though, is if you click that button. Also click that bell so you get notified when we go live. Let's get it.
go. Universal.
Yeah.
Cronenberg. Oh yeah, Brian said Cronenberg also did The Fly.
Okay.
I don't even know if I've seen that, and if I have, I was probably mad young, like
Yeah, same.
non-age appropriate, watched it type shit, like like most things.
Facts.
Pretty sure I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street too
Should have never.
as a youngin.
Terrified.
Used to have to convince myself to get up and sprint to my grandma's room, like from the basement too.
wish
So you
I
gotta go up the
could.
dark stairs.
He says Christmas. So I say to him, Halush Verishechikalume.
Uncle Azim.
This is him, the kid I am talking about. He won't do one lousy thing for me. Take the fucking Ustura and finish this ruse. Kamuka! Kamuka!
He's on his shit. Damn.
Why? Why?
I thought he had a gun behind the newspaper.
Please. I need help.
Oh, shit.
no.
Is she having a miscarriage?
Baby's in distress.
Damn,
The
this
SATs
movie
are very
sounding
poor.
crazy. Oh no. No.
Fetal heart rate's at 60.
Oh, that's Nicole Kidman. That's
I know who you
old
talking
girl from King
about.
Kong.
I'm afraid we've lost the mother.
What? Gone?
Unidentified woman died December the 20th.
Damn.
2313. Baby girl born 20th December.
Baby good.
Shit.
Or at least for now.
Damn, that's a crazy, yo. How far we in this movie? Damn, and the visuals so far are crazy.
She need him to translate.
Do you always rob the bodies of the dead?
Yes, actually. We all do it. It's one of the perks of working at the hospital.
Did you know that your daughter robs the bodies of the dead?
You still reading, Unc?
Should put this into her coffin.
Right.
Bury her secrets with her bodies.
Body. Singular.
Okay. Oh, we got Buddy too. Another familiar face.
Может, кто-то прислал твою младшую тёлку к Рождеству. Man, you're so fucking unbelievably disrespectful.
Man, right. Thank you for someone saying that shit in a movie or show for once.
Пока.
Is this when he was Joey? It's a prequel to a history of violence.
Facts.
My angels. My angels. You must practice more. You know, you must make the wood cry.
So you need the emotion in it. That's what he's trying to tell you.
Anna, I'm so sorry I couldn't help. It is sad. Very sad.
It's all right. I'll probably find out more once I get her diary translated.
You still from the dead?
Okay, Anna, this is how it will be. You will bring the diary here, and I will translate it for you.
I can just get my uncle to
And
translate
when you
it.
come,
Yeah.
This man posted up by her bike.
How much do you want for it?
Has sentimental value.
Right.
Ah.
Not this time, bud. He
Good
shoots. He misses.
Good try.
I knew he would run away from you.
He didn't run away.
Sorry, me. Why would you say that?
Man.
It is not natural to mix race and race. That's why your baby died inside you.
Damn.
You're just how he was. Stupid, bloody, drunken Russians.
You got a fork and knife right there. How you ain't poke this man away? Like
That's insane.
that nigga like, I don't even know what I did wrong. You seen his face?
No sympathy at all, like for.
Спокойно. Do you really think I do this kind of thing? He's not the driver. He is the undertaker.
I don't like him.
Not supposed
Kept
to
it
like the
real.
Undertaker.
Hey,
Quick.
Krem.
They said there was no tickets, but I got tickets for the Chelsea game.
He don't know anything. He's been touched by the angels.
He's been touched by the angels. Dang. We put this man in the freezer?
Hit him? No. He looks like a fucking ice cream.
Hey,
Don't make fun of the dead?
show some respect for a dead man.
Right. Damn, just spit the sunflower seed out his mouth.
You stealing from the dead?
Better burn wallet.
You have my sword. Ooh.
Oh no!
Yo, that...
The current will keep it down until past the barrier.
Keep it down. That shit hasn't sunk not once.
Anna, where is the original?
Well, I was going to keep it,
She's smart.
but I can just drop by and pick it up.
Or maybe I can drive you home.
It's okay.
He's trying to get that Addy. Damn. This man is a clown, man.
Hey, Papa! What did I do?
Who the fuck are you to tell me enough?
Yeah, chauffeur.
Ain't no chauffeur. That's the Undertaker.
I am driver. I even do limousines. Semyon, my boss finds out I let guests walk home in the rain, he will fire me.
Damn, we got it. Got her Addy regardless. Body washed up already, huh?
Look like it's low tide.
Yup, police boat out there.
We think he might be Russian mafia.
So they only cut off one finger? I thought they was gonna chop up the whole body.
It was in his jacket.
I can't read
Man,
that.
what was that?
Can't read that.
Look at Unc.
Anna.
Ready to start some more shit.
Yeah?
She about to make him apologize.
You don't go to someone else with this.
Igla.
Means needle. Prostitutia.
Means
perhaps you can guess.
Right. Prostituta. That man said he need to wash his hands. Get that dirt off his shit. Yeah, Ma knows up.
If I can persuade Stepan to translate it, will you leave the rest to the police?
Tell him I've heard bad words before.
It ain't that. He just know that we shouldn't be reading this shit. We digging our own. Oh no. This is what her life was like.
Oh, yep, buddy, of course.
That's probably why he kicked his ass on the floor. Not only is he an embarrassment, he know that this shit's starting to come home.
You'll see.
I am recommending you to my father. I have to be sure that you ain't no fucking queer.
What is his name is? Krillin?
Как твоя фамилия?
Kirilenko.
Потерпи трохи.
What's that about?
Let's go to sleep now.
Helena, I came on tiptoes.
What?
How did you get in here?
I translated the diary to discover that my son Kirill mentioned many times.
Yep. Your grandson.
It's my grandchild.
Does he have any kids at all? Doesn't seem like it, right?
Where I am, and I know where you are, Anna Ivanovna.
He threw that in there.
Then he tried to rape me, but he couldn't do it. In the end, his father came down. It was the father who raped me.
Oh.
If you don't break a horse, it will never be tamed.
I knew it. I'm like, what's different from the father's translation than her uncle's? I knew it. Read that last page right now.
The man from the restaurant, he came to the hospital.
I told you this. I told you that
I know.
It was too late by the time you told her.
Nah, he told her off rip that you shouldn't be reading this.
You cannot do deals with those people.
This isn't a deal. It's an exchange of information.
Have you already forgotten what I just read to you?
We have to be practical.
Read it. Read it right now while
Yeah, she doesn't even know.
she's in the room.
Papa, what's wrong?
Your friend Soika is dead.
It has nothing to do with me. Papa, believe me.
I said, Papa, don't lie to me. Papa, don't.
It's okay, boss. You don't have to worry.
What? I don't have to worry.
That shit's already.
You do not kill a war for no reason.
Yeah, Papa. I swear.
I'm getting a different vibe off of this dude now.
Oh shit. Well, Aragorn got up his sleeve, man. He dropped the little Christian card on old girl, the Saint Mary, like, man.
Do you think that man is undercover? Well, it just hit me
But-
right there because he's like, yo, you got all this information and you're a driver, like.
But disposing a body is in too deep, like
Maybe
that's in
there's
too
different
deep.
levels
If you
of
disposing
undercover.
bodies, you in too deep, man.
Yeah.
What if he just like a double agent? Maybe he with a different family trying to
And I see you bring bodyguards.
bodyguards.
Я видел таких, как ты, когда работал в КГБ.
I was auxiliary.
She was 14. Read the diary.
You're in very wrong place, Anna
Yes.
Ivanovna.
This is your one chance to get out.
Молодец. Love for you much.
Stepan!
Damn.
These motherfuckers got balls regardless.
The windows won't open, so I can't throw myself out.
Damn.
Wow.
Sometimes I think this is all a hallucination.
Yeah, he ain't need K-Real to put in a good word. He doing it himself.
That he's a drunk.
And
also
And that it?
a queer.
Oh. I had a feeling he was gonna say that because he was calling him that earlier. He making this shit up as he go along, though.
She had an uncle, a Russian.
Yep.
So you know what he looks like.
Dead.
She said he has read the diary.
Yep. Kill him.
Ты меня понимаешь?
Yep.
Because I feel like it's too late now, right? The book is burned. The only evidence that's out there.
You still got the copy. And shit, who knows? Maybe she got a copy.
How can you keep doing what you're doing?
I'm just a driver.
Holding on to that, huh? I'm just a driver.
Why'd you bring me this?
Don't know. I was passing. Your uncle. It's true he was in KGB.
I don't know.
Does he live with you?
Asking the questions. You know what is crazy, though? He said in this business, the most dangerous things are, what, stupid things, little things? But what he's doing right now is kind of stupid, bruh. You kill the uncle, that's going to make her want to go to the police. She going to know why her uncle got bodied, bruh.
Very true.
I feel like he's about to get into some sports beef. This man pissing on a grave?
Это за брата.
Oh.
Damn.
They got the right one, too.
Right. Damn.
Oh. Visuals is crazy.
He said he got brothers.
Yep.
That's crazy, though. How the fuck they know who did it?
Come
This
on now.
information be hitting the circuits quick.
They were going to kill me.
What did they say about my son?
They would spare me only if I delivered Kirill to them.
Kill his ass right now.
You're being very, very honest.
Right.
I will never listen to Kirill again. I swear.
You will deliver Kirill to them.
Set up.
To give you 2 days.
Look, she
It
do
hasn't
got it.
begun to show yet. After I was raped, I will try to find a way to end my own life.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
XKGB. Hope you got that yop in your closet or something.
What are you doing here? If you're passing, you keep on going, bitch.
Damn.
Family's important to you people, isn't it?
You people.
You people.
Right. Right, man. What's she talking about?
Tell Semyon, the baby I delivered last Sunday is his daughter.
She wildin'. Yup, she's wildin', bro.
There is nothing to tell. Slaves give birth to slaves.
Damn. She doesn't even understand.
They just kick down the door and ask for her by name. Then they just take her away. Like some fucking punk.
He definitely a part of it,
Yep.
Okay,
That's the confirmation right there.
Yes.
Did you deal with the old man?
We didn't see it, though.
Right.
We didn't see
Exactly.
it, though.
Давай с нами в бизнес.
Спасибо. But
I get you now. I get you. I see you.
You see what?
That whole disposing the body thing, he probably wrapped it in a way where he knew purposely it would wash up. Because I'm just like, disposing the body is in too deep. But if you do it in a way, because he didn't kill him, so it's not like it was his body. So if you do it in a way where it turns up, you still helping out.
My dad swapped a little girl from Gruzia for this shit.
Damn.
Let's drink to the little gruzinskую девочку.
Just kill all these
That
motherfuckers
motherfucker already.
man.
What you about
He
to?
offered me stars.
I
accept.
About to be a 1-star G.
How you feel about that? That's what you've been wanting, right? Them to be mixed in the fold in the mix.
Я вор от рождения. The star's a fucking birthmark for me.
What the fuck you think you're going? We've got to celebrate. Come here. Help me with the bottles.
Your dad don't need bottles anymore.
Right. You was just in the basement just doing you. And I don't gotta listen to your orders no more, motherfucker. I'm a star now.
У меня нет ни отца, ни матери. Я живу в законе. Я по воровскому закону жил.
They about to tie this shit right here. Right now.
It's one of the OGs too.
I fuck with that knee shit. The star on the knees so you don't bow to no one.
Yeah.
Nigga, what?
Yeah.
The public bathhouses.
Let's cook.
Let's cook.
I will tell you when I return from the bathroom.
Is this a test?
I will be back.
You don't fuck with Azim, bro. He's
weird.
He already done snitched. Like, I don't even know why he's still alive. See, this is setup. He trying to get up out of here.
Oh shit. Oh, they using him as the son. Damn, grimy. And they stamped him for this. Oh my god. But knowing Buddy, he about to shove this man's nose into his cranium. Like,
yeah, he about to undertake this shit. He knew it was up. He not even there no more. That's how you know it's real. Yeah, that's a big boy right there.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
Don't nobody want to get beat up by someone with his balls out though. Oof.
Where's your boy at?
I'm about to get your neck.
Right before that song.
Bro, how have you not gripped this man balls and ripped them off yet? That's a wrap.
Right in his side of his temple? Oh, in the back of the head.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yep, he gone. Yeah, that shit was right in the heart. He just took a little extra minutes for him. He's a big boy. Oh! Oh, nah. That's the real Undertaker. That's some W. Uh-oh. Bro, protect them ribs. Oh.
Oh.
Take it out. Pull it out.
He's tired. Gotta take a little nap right here.
Facts. You might as well, nigga. Take a little rest. All right, we get to learn who this guy really is now, I think. Look at her.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely an undercover.
I still don't think he a cop, though, bro. I feel like he's, like, part of a gang, or maybe his family got fucked over by them, and he came to London, like, followed them to London kind of situation.
The one who spat in your face, he's disappeared.
Yes, Scotland. 5-star hotel.
Edinburgh.
Your uncle knew too much. He's old school. He understands situation.
Told you that on vacation.
I need you to take Simeon out of that picture. I want you to arrest him.
Arrest him for what?
Rape. But she had Simeon's baby. That is statutory rape.
Right.
You need Simeon's DNA.
Yep.
So, Papa, what did they want from you?
To poison me. They took blood from me with a needle.
Why would they want your blood, Papa?
You better put 2 and 2 together before it's too late. She kept inserting herself into this shit.
Oh, the baby. No. Holy shit.
Where have you taken Christine? Tell me, you bastard! You've taken her! He took her, didn't he? What?
This man just trying to check out. It's all bad, y'all.
How did we get here? Selling babies and shit?
This man just threw it in a duffel, like.
Makes sense now how he got out. This is wild.
Poor K-Real. I don't think K-Real about it for real, like. Cause the old girl said he couldn't rape her, right? Like he couldn't even go through with that.
Yeah.
So either he is gay or he just got morals, bruh. Like he ain't trying to do this bullshit.
Just a little girl.
Exactly.
Just a little fucking девочка, Papa.
Yeah.
Look, he yelling at his dad because he can't do it to his face.
Let me take the baby.
Damn.
Please.
Kind of feel bad for K-Real now. He ain't built for this life.
We don't kill babies.
Come on, man.
That's Eric going through it right there.
Bruh, he's the Reaper and he's telling you this. Like, come on now.
With him or with me? So it's time to replace Daddy.
And he's still like playing along. I love this.
I swear, I didn't know my papa was setting you up.
Yeah, he did it. Okay.
And then he also successfully infiltrated.
You're the boss. Now we are partners.
We're missing the fucking party of the year. Happy New Year!
Oh, it's New Year's, right? We started at Christmas. Okay, go. Your job's done. Don't get yourself.
I need to know who you are.
I am Isildur.
That's right. He need that baby more than she know. He need that damn DNA to come back. Hey, Unc back. Okay, Christine at the crib. This must be a time skip. Oh, hell yeah. Look at her.
Yes. There's your mom. Oh, here she is, my little angel.
Is this Christine or a different baby, period? What if she successfully got pregnant?
My name is Tatiana. My father died in the mines in my village, buried under the soil of Russia. That is why I left, to find a better life.
Don't do it. Don't do this shit. There's no way, Cronenberg. There's no way, Cronenberg. Why do
You just messed up your mic. You just messed up your mic. You just messed up your mic. There we have it. 2007's Eastern Promises in the books. Z's 101, man. Appreciate the request, man. This one was definitely a good one, man. I enjoyed it. Definitely a different type of storyline here. I definitely enjoyed the way they presented the story to us. You know, I think it was just something different, similar but different at the same time. So I enjoyed it, and I think the cast of the movie was they had a pretty good cast. I like everybody in the movie, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one, man. I thought it was dope from beginning to end, and they didn't really do anything too crazy here. It was pretty straightforward for the most part. So yeah, once again, man, Z's, we appreciate the request, man. This one was dope, man. How about you for a moment? What's your thoughts on this movie request?
Yeah, I had a good time. Shout out to Z's 101 for show. Definitely had a good time. If there's one thing that I'm picking up from Cronenberg right now, I will say for sure, is that he has a really interesting way of making like good boring movies, and obviously I'm using boring for a lack of a better word here, but like yeah, like, and I feel like I wouldn't even have this critique if I didn't watch his movies back to back just now, but like I'm realizing like, man, there's a pattern here of like there's boringness, but it's like you don't hate it, like you like it's good, like you're there for it, but you do feel like it's the feeling, like yeah, right? You're just like, alright, yeah. Like, can we get on here? Like, so, yeah. But I definitely enjoyed this one. But man, these damn endings at dinner tables or just tables, period, and just black screening us. Like, I wonder if that's a Cronenberg special as well. We're gonna have to get a third or fourth film soon. But yeah, another thing I do love are like the In Too Deep scenario, and that's why I kept saying it. He In Too Deep. Obviously, there's a movie called In Too Deep. If you haven't seen it, with Omar Epps. But yeah, I like those scenarios. They kind of got the undercover cop that's really has to get into a very dangerous fucking gang, yes. And you just got to kind of, you know, flirt with that line of like morality versus being the gangster that gang needs you to be in order to even get as far as you need to get. So I kind of love those types of storylines as well. But this one didn't play too much into that. They exposed that like damn near at the end of the movie. So I like it. I like the way it was structured for sure. Yeah, definitely, man. This one was, yeah, like you said, it's in too deep, but you really don't know he's in too deep into we're in too deep. So definitely enjoyed that about the film. But yeah, let's start off at the beginning, man. How this movie actually started. It's
pretty wild beginnings here. You know, we started at the barber shop. You know, buddies are having a conversation here, but you know, youngin pulls up, and you know, dude is like in the barber chair. They're talking about a kid. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is the kid I was talking about." And then, of course, we get the one, you know, the moment of some violence here. And at this point, I'm just like, "What is this movie? What are we diving into?" Because from just the perspective of someone who's coming into this brand new, I'm just like, what the fuck at this point? Like, what? They didn't give us anything. Obviously, they were having a conversation, but I really didn't pick up much from that conversation. And we just get from that to, you know, Buddy cutting his throat. So, I don't know. I like the beginning. And then, of course, right after that, we get the young, we get Tatiana coming through with she goes inside there. She ends up falling on the ground. And then we end up seeing that she's pregnant. She goes through the pregnancy. She ends up losing her life because of the pregnancy. And of course, we see the marks on her arm. You know, so there's signs of some foul play here. So I just think the setup for the beginning was very, I don't know, it was intentional, but very just like, wow. There was a shock factor for me, at least. It was just very, man, these two crazy incidents right off the rip, and you're really not knowing what we're about to get into. So I think they just they established the beginning pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. I think, again, coming straight off of a history of violence, definitely kind of seeing the similarities there where they just open up with some straight violence and that just kind of leaves you not even knowing what's going on. But I will say with this one versus A History of Violence, this one, at least it all actually came back around. Whereas History of Violence, it really didn't. Like, you know, and when I say that, I mean like the motel clerk and the maid, like nobody really came back for them, and we didn't get like a story too much about that. Whereas the beginning throat cut was actually a moving plot point by the end of the middle of the movie, which was great. And then obviously the Tatiana situation was the main driver. So they gave us both of those and was like, we're only going to move one forward for y'all for now. And we'll bring this other one back when y'all, you know, least even expect it. So yeah, beginning setup was good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, they did their thing with that. And then, of course, we get introduced to the main character of the story, which I forget her name. Do you remember her name? Anna. Yep. Yes, Anna. We meet the main protagonist of the show, and basically she was there during the birth process, and she happened to see Tatiana go. She ends up taking the book home. She wants to get it translated, and this is where we pretty much initiate what the rest of the movie is going to be about. It's about this diary from Tatiana. So I like this because, you know, we established that the uncle, right, it's a person who can translate it, but obviously there's some generational barriers there that prevent him from doing so, because, you know, are you just robbing the dead here? I love that whole beginning.
Of their secrets at that.
Yeah, the secrets. Yeah, which he kind of has a point here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some truth to this. Like, are you just gonna be doing this for every single person that you know, potentially, you know, the casualty happens in the hospital? Is this what you do on a regular? You know, and of course she said that funny ass little joke.
Yeah.
But this basically she goes to the book, finds the what is it, a restaurant, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she finds a restaurant in there, and then this is where we meet our two other characters of the movie, which Karel, right? That's his name, Karel and
I didn't get everyone's name the whole damn movie, to be honest.
Yeah, what is his name? All I know him is his chauffeur, like
Nikolai.
the driver.
Nikolai. There we
Nikolai?
go. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Nikolai and Kirill, we end up seeing these two obviously right out the dribble for me. Kirill's like a person of just like interest. Obviously, he seems to be the wacky, like
unserious.
He's the
people.
type that, yeah, unserious.
You always get
the
one of
type
those.
that'll do any and everything all at once, and you know what I'm saying. So I kind of had my eyes out for him, and also to the chauffeur, because from the very jump he was pressing Anna. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bag the entire time. So I always kind of, I kept my eye out for him as well. But that, after that, after we get introduced to those two characters, we get introduced to the father, which we didn't know at the time. Well, we kind of picked up a little bit after this that he was the father. But yeah, he seemed like, guy who owned a restaurant, just trying to make ends meet. Of course, once you see Kirill and Nikolai, you're kind of like, okay, these are suspect characters here. Something's going on. But yeah, it's funny that that you say that like David has a way of making like boring but interesting movies. I felt like a lot of this right here in the beginning was somewhat boring. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
I don't mean
really
it in
was,
a bad
but
way. It's just I don't have the another word for it right now. Like,
yeah, exactly. Me either. But it is boring, but it's also like, I guess
it's the world building portion of it all. Like,
I guess.
But it's
I
just
guess because there's world building in all movies, but
Right.
some movies
Right.
just feel away. Like it's this certain feeling that you have. Because I had the same feeling when we were getting to the end of the movie. I'm just like, man, some of these scenes feel boring, but I still am locked in for some reason.
Yeah,
So,
he has this way to like he has this way where he like paces it to slow it down so much that you would consider it boring, but it's still like again interesting enough to where you don't want to miss anything. So like you're still paying attention, you're still trying to catch it all, but you're also like in your mind like, come on, yo, what's happening here? Like, what's happening?
Exactly. Yeah, man. So we get the introductories out the way. Pretty much, so all the characters are in the story, and then we kind of set sail here. And the first mission, the first thing that we got to tackle is the dead body from the very beginning. It comes back, and basically, they have to throw him out. And then this is where we get the moment where Buddy basically tells him about, this is a good spot to double body, because of the way the currents work, whatever, it sinks right here, blase, blase. And while this was happening, I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you feel me? Why would you just wrap a body and then just let it go? Eventually, it's going to pop up. Right, because it's gonna bloat, right? Fill up with water.
Yeah, but it'll be far
float,
though,
right?
It should be far at least.
Yeah, but the whole point of getting rid of a body is to get rid of a body and never.
It depends.
Ever see it again, right?
Depends. You trying to send a message? You trying to, it's not always about just getting rid of it.
Yeah, but they weren't trying to send a message. They were definitely trying to get rid of a body.
Yeah, they were. But like he said, it'll at least keep it down to cross the bridge. Like, so they knew eventually it was gonna pop up, but yeah.
Yeah, this is where I would have been questioning my chauffeur. Like, you feel me?
Nah.
But, nah. Hey, I'm questioning. Like, yo, this don't feel right. This don't sound right. It don't look right either.
He don't know no better though.
I see this shit.
That's the thing.
That's
Kid
true.
Real
That's
don't
true.
know. Like he ain't built for that life.
Not only doesn't know any better, like I think you said it towards the end of the film, he really wasn't built for this.
No.
You know?
Like, think about it. The worst thing we actually saw him do was snatch that whore up by the neck, And that was it.
You don't think forcing Buddy to have sex with old girl is pretty bad?
I think that getting snatched up by my neck is worse than some other dude smashing some other chick.
Okay. Next.
I'm just saying. Nikolai could have walked away from that shit. He actually snatched old girl up. But yeah, that's the worst thing we saw him do though. That scene.
I mean, yeah, true. But moving on here, we do get the moment where I guess they're kind of like celebrating, right? Comes home drunk, father kind of beats on him. Yeah. This is the kind of the moment we see the father and son relationship where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And it's not good. You know what I'm saying? This is not the way you treat your son. Obviously, his son feeling some type of way because his dad treats him some type of way. So, yeah, it's just a toxic family dynamic here from this, at least this scene. And then we keep going further from here. This is where things kind of started asking questions a little bit, and that's when the police found the body. Feel me? Like I was saying, body's gonna go under, but eventually it's gonna come back up, and you're gonna find it. We end up finding the body right on the shore. But the big question was the little note that they found, which was, I guess it was a hint, but not really, because we couldn't read anything on the paper because of the language barriers here. So, but I like that they threw that in there. Because it's very subtle. It's subtle to the point where you would think like, what is that? But you really wouldn't put two and two together that Buddy's, potentially playing another side here. So.
Yeah. At that point, yeah, it could have been anything, but I guess at the same time, maybe that's what the whole Undertaker scene was about. Like, he took the wallet out and all that. Like, so I guess those who were really, really attentive probably just like, damn, he was the last one fucking around with the body. Like, so maybe that's a note that he left. And it was in a Ziploc, right? Or no, they put it in the evidence bag, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, at that point, I feel like it could have been anything. Like, it could have been just a random note, some shit. Like, but I did at least think it was gonna connect him to K-Real in the barbershop. I mean, not K-Real, to the barbershop. I thought that's what that was gonna end up doing, but yeah, it wasn't. It was a note from freaking Nikolai. So yeah, that was a nice subtle way to still kind of not let us know he's undercover, but start creating the questions though, because I feel like shortly after this we started thinking about it and considering it, like, and
yeah, I like it. I like the subtle shots here, man. It was definitely fire. Of course, with that too, we also got to see some of the branding. We got the stars, we got the little knee reference, like, the whole kneel. You won't kneel before anyone other than us and stuff like that. So I like that because it kind of set up, what's to come without letting us know that the setup is coming. So I think they subtly set up two things here with one scene. So I definitely enjoy that scene. Of course, right after that, we get Unc coming through. He's finally read some of the book, some of the diary. He didn't really give a full, transcript here, but he just gave her bullet points of just, what's in the book, why you shouldn't be telling anybody about this. And, by this point, it's already too late. We already have a conversation. We already had a meetup, gave Buddy the copy. So, like, things are already moving before he even gave her this warning. Obviously, he gave her the warning in the very beginning. Shouldn't be digging up, dead people's secrets and stuff like that. But for some reason, she felt like she needed to keep on going with this one, which I'm kind of glad she did, because, eventually we get, the ending here. Buddy eventually, hopefully, gets locked up. But yeah, we get that, and then we get to the scene that's just like it's confused, man. Can't lie. This is the whole Kirill, Nikolai telling him to go do what he wanted him to do in that room, basically to make sure that he's not a queer. So yeah, this right here was just wild because at this point I wasn't thinking that at all. I wasn't thinking like Buddy's like a part of like an agency or anything like that. I'm just thinking this is a worker who's eventually gonna kind of flip. You feel me? Because he sees the atrocities. But once this happened, I'm just like, where does this kind of leave him as a character? Like, he just did this terrible thing. Obviously, he's kind of being forced here, but at the same time, it's like you still went through with it. And, then we get that whole scene with the card at the end. So it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. The scene was crazy for me.
Yeah.
Well, how you felt about when this was happening, man? Because this was a wild scene.
I mean, yeah, once it happened, it happened. So I was just like I really wasn't even thinking too much about the whole force shit until later on in the movie that I actually do think K-Real might be gay. And that's why all that shit happened. But the whole card stuff, that's definitely when it was like, okay, he's either police or he's like a different freaking set or whatever, trying to infiltrate. Like, cause it even got to a point where I was just like I said, like maybe that gang came to his village and fucked some shit up at some point, so he came back to get back at him. Like, I wasn't really sure what was going on there 100%. So yeah, it was an interesting, confusing scene because again, you don't know what side he's on just yet. So you're just like, that he gave out the little gospel card or whatever. I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Saint Mary or something like that. So it's just like, like what exactly? It like at that point, he's not part of the gang like 100%, but you just don't know what it is. Police, fucking a different gang, a random father whose daughter got kidnapped, like some Taken type shit maybe. Like, there's so many possibilities at this point with the driver. So you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Crazy ass scene in this movie, man. That shit is wild. Then moving on from there, we get the hospital scene. We get the father coming through to basically make his threats. I know where you at, and you know where I'm at. So yeah, this right here is basically the beginning where she started to finally feel some type of threat from this man. At this point, she still doesn't know, but this is where he basically confesses his version of the story, and basically says, my son, clearly, you know what I'm saying? Just spewing his lies and his little web there. And then the very next scene, which I love, is we get the uncle basically translating the story here, and we get to hear the real story here of what really happened, that the father was the one who really did the deed. The son was too basically chicken shit to do it, and the father ended up doing it. So it's just wild way to kind of tell us that, you know what I'm saying, with just telling the father's version of the, what was in the book, and then give us the actual real version. So I love what they did right there when they played around with those two scenes back to back. I thought it was genius. I loved it.
Yeah, it was solid too, because we get the scene where they're at the actual whorehouse, so you already kind of, and you see K-Real already with his drunk shenanigans multiple times throughout the movie and stuff. So it's just like, when you hearing the father say it, you're just like, oh yeah, hell yeah, like it was definitely him. Like, he literally just choked the bitch out, fucking 10 minutes ago, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it was definitely him. But then, yeah, you get the translation from the uncle, and it's just like, damn, Uncle real, bruh. You know, I can't lie. One thing I probably would have, I don't know if I don't know, but I think it might have been kind of cool is if, because, you know, like, once they start translating it, like, she starts narrating it and shit, like, I think it would have been interesting if she would have been narrating it in Russian, like, but I guess if you're a native Russian speaker, then it would have kind of ruined the story for you. But for us non-Russian speakers, it would have kind of been interesting because you'd have been like, what the fuck is she saying? Then they would have found like a way to turn it into English like while it was happening. That would have been kind of crazy. But I do enjoy that, you know, she was narrating throughout the rest of the movie, because even when they weren't reading the diary, we were still getting her insights and, you know, what actually happened. So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff here, man. And then right after this is where we kind of see, you know, the chauffeur kind of spread his wings a little bit here. We get the wine bottle scene, you know, where the father kind of, you know, they obviously they tell him about the body, but from, you know, the whole conversation, it seems like the chauffeur had a lot more to do with it than his son did. So, you know, he's starting to pick up that, you know, maybe the chauffeur is probably really about this life, because I'm pretty sure by now he already knows his son ain't about it. So, yeah, this is when he really starts picking up on Buddy and really starts seeing him as a potential partner or potential something, you know what I'm saying here? So I like that. Yeah, I'll say the next big thing out of this is just the brothers coming into play. They came in towards the end of the film. The brothers, you know, they talked about that, you know, the dude that you end up killing could potentially have, you know, he has brothers and all this, and then, you know, not too long after, we see the dude who kills the guy in the beginning. We see him get bodied, and I, of course, love the violence in that scene. You know, they give us a nice little close up of the neck. So, yeah, it was just, you know, they didn't have a lot to do in this movie, but the just the small little inserts of them I enjoyed, because, you know, they brought the violence, basically. Yeah,
Bathhouse.
The bathhouse?
I mean, if you want to talk about the brothers, that's what it leads to, the bathhouse.
Yeah, true. That's very true. Yep. We pretty much get we get the bathhouse, and not only we get the bathhouse, we get basically the
initiation.
The initiation to Nikolai, because this is big here. All right, you know, we're watching it from, you know, different perspective. We're not really sure what's, you know, we new to this. This is fresh for us. So they fucking initiate Buddy. You know, we're thinking, okay, he's coming up. The father's really looking to put him in a position above his son, maybe even. And then we get the bathroom scene here, which I think it was just a beautiful overall just scene of just, you know, this man basically fighting for his life. And yeah, I loved it. I loved the choreography, the knife fighting, obviously, you know, the actual executions. Thought they were all. I loved it. I loved it all. Loved it all.
Yeah, I still hope Azim got what was coming to him. But yeah, bathhouse scene was dope. One thing that I feel like he also did in the history of violence was make sure that the main character gets injured throughout his fights, which I like. I enjoy that because, you know, especially, you know, it's not no comic book shit. Like, this man ain't no fucking Navy SEAL super soldier. Like, so he's just out here, like you said, fighting for his life. So he definitely got slashed up a couple times, got fucking stabbed in the back. all types of shit. You know, had to literally go to the hospital, get stitches on his face and all kinds of stuff. So I do enjoy that because it kind of it adds the intensity to it and the urgency of surviving. You know, it's just like, damn, this motherfucker might not make it out this fight right now. Like, yeah, he the main character, but is this the end for him? Like, do we just focus on Anna now for the rest of the movie? Like, so yeah, I like fights like that. Good stuff.
Yeah, real good stuff. Real good stuff. Of course, this is when we realize that, you know, the reason why they gave him the tats and all this stuff and everything that they did was to set the man up to fail, basically. You know, they're propping him up as his son to get killed by those two guys. So I think that was just a really high point of the movie where it was just like, whoa, you know, they kind of gave you this one piece of the puzzle, but then when you see the whole thing from a different perspective, you're like, oh shit, these dudes are really out here making some moves. Like, cause I can't lie, that was a play.
Yeah,
that was a play right there. Like, low key, that was a real good play.
I wasn't sure because he said give him 2 days, so I'm just like, damn, what plan is he gonna try to come up with in 2 days? But that's why he needed them days. He had to get the OGs out there, fucking, because ain't no telling where they came from. Probably different cities, different states. Had to get the tats ready and all that. So yeah.
Yup. Yeah, damn, I didn't even. So yeah, I think that just the overall, you know, the revelation at that moment was like, man, this is good shit right here. So definitely enjoyed that. Right after that, we get the conversation between Nikolai and the officer or detective that we saw earlier, and basically this is when everything is kind of confirmed that this man is undercover. And obviously they were gonna pull him out, but he showed them the tats. Like, listen, I'm in too deep now, and not only that, I'm coming for the king's head. So this is where it's established that basically father, let's just call him that, father is basically gonna get either arrested, right? They said lock him up, so he's gonna get either arrested or deaded. One of the two. Pretty sure any one of those is fine. So yeah, I like this conversation because it just gives us some type of closure here. You feel me? Without it closing at the end. This is just like to give you concrete evidence that father is no longer the man by the end of this. So I love that. And of course, right after that, you know, we get the big moment, the big moment for Kirill and whether he's really about this life or not. And, you know, by the end of it, we saw that he wasn't about it. You know, he couldn't muster up the will to take out that baby, which is completely understandable, man. You know what I'm saying? Brand new life. Why would you want to take that away? So I love this moment because not only did we save the baby, but we still kept our secret, you know, that we're another cover. And basically he used this moment to kind of pull him into his side, you know, like, you know, what he said, you either riding with your father or you riding with me. Yeah, it's either me or him.
Real let him know I ain't even have nothing to do with you know, getting you touched up or anything like that. So they were already on each other's side, basically. Like,
yeah.
That's why that's why I said I started kind of feeling bad for Kirill by the end of it, because, you know, it just seemed like a boy trying to live up to his dad's fucking, you know, potential, basically, or I mean, what he thinks his son's potential is, and, you know, just living in the shadow of his father, basically, like, because he's fucking,
for sure.
You know, he's trying to do these side deals, he's trying to do the right thing, he's trying to make big, and what else? He had a couple moments too that kind of, I feel like, led to this as well. Like, oh damn, there was something specific that I had in my head. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back. But yeah, I think Kirill's character overall, like, if you start playing back all his scenes, it makes sense that it came to this. It makes sense that it came to this.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I think he killed it. I forget.
The basement scene when Buddy said I'm gonna get my stars, and he was like, "This is a birthmark." After getting to the end, playing that scene back in my head. For one, obviously, you know, he was a little bit salty and jealous that, you know, this man made his way into his dad's eyes, because like he said, I'm gonna put in the good word for you. Like, so for him that would have been an accomplishment. I put in the good word, so I got you promoted, so that's a good on me. But he realized like this man really did get promoted on his own, so he's like, the star is a birthmark. Like, so you could kind of, once the movie plays out, you just like, damn, that was actually a sad scene, bro, because basically I have no choice but to even get this star, but I really ain't shit in my dad's eyes, bro. Like, so, and then even the whole, you know, gay rumors and all the other shit, like, it's just, yeah, K-Real, solid character, actually.
Yeah, man, definitely solid actor too. Like I was saying, I recognize him. I can't pinpoint exactly where from, but every time I see him in a movie, I think he does phenomenal work. And he always plays these type of like chaotic characters, if I remember. So, yeah, man. You know, that's basically it. We save the baby girl at the end of the movie. We see Nikolai there at the end at the restaurant by himself, sitting in the table where father used to sit. So I'm assuming he's taking over. So yeah, they leave us off with, you know, nothing much else after that. But overall, I thought the movie was solid, man.
Yeah,
super solid.
Definitely super solid, man. Like, everyone pretty much did what I guess they were supposed to do, you know? Like, fucking Anna got Christine, because like she said, I don't even care about your son. The only thing I care about is that baby, which is why her dumb ass kept inserting herself in these dangerous situations. It's just like, you know, we yelling at her, but at the end, it's just like, all right, we get it. Like, she, you know, she wanted Christine from the beginning, and we got that thanks to Unc, you know, letting us know that she had that miscarriage. So we know there was real attachment there. So I love that. And then I do love that they showed the baby too, because that gave us a little bit of a time skip here. Like, it's literally a newborn baby is now, looks like they damn near 9, 10, 11, maybe a year. And that also puts the timeline in for Nikolai too, because it seemed like they were getting that done quick. Like, the police came, they took his blood. So I'm pretty sure that happened within like the next month maybe. So that means he's probably been at that seat for a while, or, you know, maybe the son got it first and then Nikolai got it after him, because the son wasn't in the last scene neither. So it's just like, what actually happened here? Yeah. Because I mean, because if the mission was over, he wouldn't even be there. So he's still in the mission, like, even though they was trying to pull him out. So it's just like, what actually happened there? So yeah, man, good stuff.
All right, man. Final thoughts, go.
Yeah, final thoughts is overall, I definitely enjoyed the movie. Like I said, he got this very interesting way to kind of portray these stories where, like you get it while you're watching it, but it just hits even better at the end as you kind of talk it out, and you like, oh yeah, like, this is what happened, this is why this happened. And again, for lack of better words, he makes the boringness just really shine in a good way. You know, like, he doesn't need too much action and gore, even with A History of Violence, even though I think A History of Violence had a little bit more than this, of course. But it's like he knows how to really spread them out, you know, like, and still keep you engaged with the movie. So I like that. I'm gonna give this one an 8.5. Solid movie. Definitely enjoyed it. Enjoyed the acting. Enjoyed the characters. So I'm gonna give this an 8.5.
I agree with everything you said, man. Definitely, he has an interesting way of, you know, directing a film here. But overall, I was very interested in the story. I was interested in the plot, what it was gonna unveil, and I was kind of attached to the diary itself, because I wanted to know, you know, what was in the diary myself. So that also kept my interest up throughout the entire film. So yeah, I think he did a really good job with this story and how he kind of laid it out for us here in this movie. So yeah, if I had to give this a score though, I will probably give this, it's hard because I'm comparing it to A History of Violence, right?
I already did. That's why I gave it the 8.5. I gave History of Violence like an 8.7, 8.8. I like that one just slightly more than this one. 8.5.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna give this one an 8.8. I think this was slightly better than A History of Violence.
You gave History of
Just
Violence a
slightly.
9, bro.
Did I? I can't get this. Then yeah, you're right. Then History of Violence is better. Then if I can't give this one more than a 9. I can't. So 8. There y'all have it, man. There y'all have it. Let's see what the world got to think, man. What the world thinks out here. Take my guesses, man.
Go ahead.
IMDb. 8.4. Nope. 8 on the dot.
8 on the dot. All right.
Yep. Rotten Tomatoes. 8.5.
Okay. Metacritic.
Audience.
Oh yeah. Audience.
8.8.
Okay.
Metacritic. 7.8.
Okay. Audience.
Oh yeah, it got an audience, right? Yeah. 8.3.
Okay. IMDb 7.6. Rotten Tomato 89. Popcorn meter 83. Metascore
Okay, backwards.
83. User score 7.5. Yeah, so this one was kind of. I mean, I feel like History of Violence was around. It bounced around too between the critics and the users. And that's
Definitely
like a whole about 10-point difference from 7.5 all the way up to 8.9.
Yeah, this one has a lot more, I think that one scene can kind of hurt it from an audience perspective. I feel like just thinking like what can kind of hurt this film. I think that one scene could definitely kind of hurt it, just in the overall perspective of people. Pretty sure not a lot of people want to see shit like that. So, but yeah, overall, man, great film here. Z's, do your thing, man. This we glad that we got two David. What's his name?
Cronenberg.
Cronenberg. We got them 2 back to back. Thanks to you, man. We appreciate the request here. It's a great film, man. So listen, still here rocking with us this long, man. We appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, don't like the video, man. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of this movie request.
And most importantly, do not forget to subscribe. You know the goal. And if you're into the full-length reactions, Patreon link is in the description down below. FRR is out. Peace.